And now, from beyond our dimension, this is the JeffMara podcast. Here's Jeff.
My guest is Rosaline Bosco from Chennai, India. She's a YouTube content creator, author of 4 books on spirituality, and she's here to talk about UFOs, UAPs, psionics, and more. Rosaline, welcome back. It's great to see you again.
Thank you so much for accepting my request and bringing me back to your show, Jeff.
My pleasure. If y'all want to know more about Rosaline, I made a previous video with her a couple years ago, and we didn't talk about UFOs back then. This is something new. So, Rosaline, how did you get into this in the first place?
As you say, Jeff, in the beginning, it was just about consciousness. And I've told you in my previous interviews that I believe that I have an angelic or a spiritual guide with me. So that was in the beginning. But then as I went deep down into the rabbit hole, I found out that it was more than that. And uh, in the year 2022, actually, when in 2018, when I had a very dire, somebody in the family was very critical. That time, I just went to the terrace and prayed to the universe directly. I don't know what prompted me, because uh, uh, I was not into that habit of praying to the universe, but I prayed to the universe, and somehow everything fell into place. And so that was when I started having a connection. So that was when the connection started, I would say, 2018. But still, I was not completely aware about everything. So gradually over the years, a lot of things have been shown to me, and I have a lot of other experiences, which has led me to this, to recording UFOs and UAPs.
So, let's talk about the very first time you saw a UFO. Take us through that.
Actually, first I started stargazing. I would say that that in itself was the guidance from the universe. So in the beginning, I saw a lot of star links. So I was very excited even when I saw that. And actually, there is a group on Telegram, in Telegram, called Star Teachings Protocol, which is the owner of it is Matt Bell. And I used to post all these UFOs, what I considered as UAPs, in that group, Telegram group. It has more than 1,000 members. So, and there were a lot of people are there in the community. So why I want to tell you this is because even at that time, there was, for a long time, people have been communicating with the stars and with UFOs and UAPs. And we used to share this information in that group. So as I kept on sharing, I started getting more and more experiences, and my experiences grew more vivid, is what I would say.
Do you believe that the UFOs or UAPs, however you want to call them, are actually spaceships, spiritual beings, or even angels?
That's a very good question. Actually, it depends on how you choose to look at them. Because I would also like to thank Ross Coulthard and Jake Barber, who have done so much for this, and David Brush, and so many of the whistleblowers who have come into this and who have made people like me, as you say, who live in one corner of the world, speak about this. So I think that it depends on your consciousness. So when your consciousness is at a certain point level, you think that they are even your spirit guides, or people who are close to you, or angelic beings. And I think when your consciousness becomes widens, you have this kind of oneness feeling, and it goes beyond a closed circle to include everything that is in the universe. Whether there might be different kinds of beings, including angels, or aliens, or whatever we choose to call them. This is what I feel. So now at this point of time, I think I've had some really incredible experiences where they have shown me um, they have shown me uh, a, very vivid things, brilliant things. So I wouldn't like to limit them to being merely this or that, or angels, or my spirit guides.
Well, let's take a look at a couple of your videos first.
Yeah, sure. I'll be happy to do that. This is one very interesting thing that I saw. It was not lightning or thunder or something like that, but this is what people are saying, are calling plasma these days. So it appears very quickly, and it was described as a spacecraft moving towards the sky. So this was described to me as plasma.
For me, it looks like it was just kind of like lightning behind the clouds or something.
It was not like lightning, Jeff. It just moved upwards towards the sky, and that was a totally different experience. It looked like what is called as plasma.
Play it again for us, and as soon as you see it, I want you to pause the video.
So this is where it begins. I'll start playing it now.
All right, go ahead and like pause it. Where is the plasma thing?
The plasma thing was in the beginning when it moved up.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I saw. I saw something from the very beginning. I could see like a light moving up.
That was a light moving up.
Right
So
there. That's it?
yeah.
Okay, it almost looks like it looks kind of like something's beaming in the clouds because it looks like a light's going all the way up.
Yes, Jeff. That was really incredible to watch. It wasn't like a ordinary usual lightning. It was something very different. And this was a time when I had started watching UFOs and UAPs in the sky. So it was a totally incredible experience to watch. This one was quite recent, and I saw a triangular formation of orbs, which looked really like the usual triangular formation which we see. So these orbs were moving in a coordinated way in a triangular formation.
Okay.
So can I play it for you?
Sure.
On the left side, top of the screen.
I can see them moving around.
Yeah. This one is big, and that one was quite very, clear. It was denser.
Now, is this video being created from a security camera?
Yes. Because I cannot see it with my naked eyes.
Okay.
Yeah, this is from my security camera in my own place.
Now, for the skeptics out there, is it possible that these orbs could be bugs?
Definitely not. Interesting that you asked that, Jeff, because now you can even see an insect fly. You'll be able to see an insect fly after some time. But the bugs just move away very quickly. They don't stay here, and they don't move around like this. And the triangular formation in a coordinated way So I'm sorry for the, I mean, it's not very clear. The clarity is not good, but still, I think you can see the triangular formation.
What's the significance of the triangular formation?
This is how the UFOs appear, according to many people who see this, see UFOs. This triangular formation uh, uh, is what makes it very specific to identify as a UFO. That is what a lot of people have to say.
Okay, let's take a look at another video.
Yeah. When you look, if you wait for some like a few seconds, to the right side of the screen, you can see two coordinated eyes. They look more like two eyes to me, or you can also call them orbs. But I feel that they are more like eyes. So I leave the viewer to, decide whatever it is. So, and then it goes away and it comes again. And I want to tell you that there is nothing, there is no light or anything in the background, Jeff. It's absolutely dark there. So there is no other chance for anything to, for any light to come there. Can you see those two?
Yeah, I saw them move by.
Yeah.
Yeah, there they go.
Yeah.
It's interesting that they move perfectly synchronized together.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Such precision is not possible with any human. And when you look at the date, you see that it's it's the year 2022.
All right, let me have you pause it for 1 second. There was something that
Yeah.
was yellow in the screen. What was that?
That was an indicator. That was a notification bell.
Oh, okay. Now, what were you saying about the date on this?
This has been recorded in 2022, much before all these UFO, UAPs, all this talk began. So it was too early from my point of view, and only now we are discussing all these in such detail.
Is this a screen for your security system?
Yes, this is a screen for my security systems,
What?
CCTV.
Okay, what prompted you to start looking at your security screen for UAPs and stuff like that?
I used to do my work here. I used to teach English, online English, and so my security system is just on my side. So whenever I turn to the right, I can see my security system. And naturally, when I was teaching and during the nights, I used to look at the security system and started noticing all these things. Now you can see the bell notification, that there is something there.
So it's notifying you that something's in your near your camera.
Yes, there is something. It has detected something. It has detected something. Yeah, that is the notification.
All right, let's take a look at another one.
I'm not even able to explain this, uh, Jeff. It looks like a strange creature playing with an orb. So I will allow the viewer to decide for himself or herself.
What part of the screen is it in?
It's playing at the downside of the screen. If you see,
Yeah.
downside.
Yeah, I can see like a little orb and then something that's kind of like long. Is that what you're
Yes.
saying?
Yeah.
Play that for us again, please.
Yes, I will. So this is Arcturus. And once I caught it blazing a lot of colors, multicolors, which was really brilliant. So this was when I started stargazing. So you can see the green and the red and all the vibrant colors that it was flashing.
What did you mean this is Arcturus?
Arcturus is the name of a star. So I have an app called Stellarium. So whenever I look at something like this, I try to identify what star it is. And so this was a star called Arcturus.
So that wasn't an orb. That's just the star itself changing colors?
Yeah, that was a star changing colors. It wasn't an orb.
Okay.
Sorry, it's Venus. I have another one of Arcturus, but this is Venus.
Okay.
Can you see these two stars?
Yes.
Yeah. So I started filming these when I saw the stars becoming really big. So I didn't just start. I just didn't start capturing the orbs, capturing the stars. But then, shall I play it again?
Is this a video of two stars or orbs?
Yes, yes. These are two stars, uh, but they really became magnified in size. So they caught my attention. They got magnified in size. They almost appeared as big as a kind of a planet in the sky. So it caught my attention. I believe that they do it on purpose when they communicate with us. They show themselves in a different light.
So right now they're magnified.
Yes, they were very big and magnified. And after some time, you can see them gradually fade out and then become there. Actually, it was not zoomed, Jeff, because I started filming them only when I noticed that they were magnified.
I think what you're saying is that these stars were communicating with you in some way. Is that what psionics is?
Yes, exactly, Jeff. Even today, I saw a star communicating with me. It appeared some 2 or 3 times going close to Venus, actually, the star Venus. And they make themselves noticeable to us and they communicate to us. Actually, it is in my previous interview, I have been discussing about the double slit experiment, and I've been telling that everything has consciousness. The dual nature of the particle and the matter as well as an energy form. So I think this is how they communicate when they communicate with us as an energy form, and they know that we understand that they are conscious. So this is what Jake Barber says, that this is a skill, and this is what is called psionics. When he says that psionics are people with a predisposition for extra temporal abilities and sensitivities.
Is it possible that these weren't stars and they were actually UFOs communicating with you?
No, I'm not sure. I don't think that they are UFOs because I saw them get back to their original forms as stars. But there are, as you say, there are UFOs which appear like stars, and immediately they appear only for very few for a very few seconds, and then they vanish out of sight. But then these two did not. vanish or disappear completely. So when they come as UFOs, they disappear. They just show themselves for a few seconds.
So, do you think that the stars are actually conscious living beings, or is it possible we live in some sort of simulation and who knows what's going on?
Yes, but my belief is that these stars are conscious beings, because I am also connected with the near-death experience research, and there are experiencers who say that uh, they see all these UFOs and UAPs when they leave their bodies. So I prefer to believe that these are conscious beings, and y- I don't have much information about whether we live in a simulation or a universe. But then, from the point of view of spirituality, we have come here for the game of life. And from that point of view, probably we could call it a simulation, so that we experience a lot of these kind of things, which we have forgotten, is what I would say.
Rosalind, what are the five observables?
Yeah, the five observables are very interesting, Jeff. And uh, why I went into this is because after all these, I saw a golden orb. I can play it for you later, which was very beautiful. Shall I play it now, or shall I?
Well, tell us what the five observables are, and then let's take a
Sorry.
look.
Yeah.
It's okay.
So the first one is anti-gravity. They don't have engines or wings or any other form of propulsion to stay airborne. So there is nothing else, like when we are what we have what is man-made has some kind of a propulsion system. But even recently, when you looked at the egg-shaped uh, UFO, you can see that it doesn't have any trace of any propulsion or something to move it, or an engine or anything of that kind. So the second quality is instantaneous acceleration. That is, it can accelerate from 0 to 1,000 miles in the blink of an eye. So it can move with an unimaginable speed. So that is the second observable. And the third one is hypersonic velocities without signatures. So what we mean by signatures is when a plane moves in the sky, and when it moves more than the speed of sound, we can hear a boom or a roar. But then these do not produce any signature or a trail, or um, they move, according to many people who have seen UFO, they say that they move very silently. So that is why we say that they move without signatures. And then they have this fourth one is they have very low observability. It's very difficult to capture them on the screen, unless and otherwise they want to show themselves to you on purpose for a particular reason. Otherwise, so even the whatever I have been capturing, I would say that they preferred to show themselves to me. So it's very difficult to get them. And then the fifth one is trans-medium travel. The most mind-bending observable is that they are able to move with uh, they can move through air, water, or space without slowing down at an incredible speed. And from my very close up observation, if I may say, I have noticed a sixth observable. As I said, they prefer to slow down when they choose to show themselves to us. Otherwise, there is no time dimension in this. When they move, I was not aware of the progress of time. especially in the case of one particular uh, I would call it a spaceship. I wasn't able to capture it because of because of the instant acceleration that it, uh, showcased. It, I was looking at a golden orb while I was stargazing from my terrace. That was the first time, and I was really surprised, and I thought my mind must be playing some tricks. And while I was thinking this, uh, the golden orb just disappeared in the middle of the lawn, which is on the other side of my house. And while I was thinking this, it came to the left side of my house. It was like a streak of fire, and it shot straight into Jupiter, and there was no time at all. I've seen some YouTubers describe these as different angels, how angels um, show themselves. But that is what I would like to say, that it depends on how your consciousness perceives it. This was more like a, a very awe-inspiring spectacle that I wasn't able to capture from my phone because it was too quick, and it happened at in no time.
Why are they showing themselves to us? Do they need something from us?
An interesting question. Um, Actually, some people think that they might need something from us. My point of view is that they are very concerned about the way we treat our planet, and they want to pass this information. So even when I wrote the first book, God Has Our Backs, I feel that I was guided by my intuition, and in the book, I was made to write about our planet and how we are consuming, and how we are polluting the planet with our without any worry. So I think they are very worried about how we are treating our planet, because I think they also have a say in this. Some people, as you might have heard, that some people think that these are our future selves who have come to warn us. So when we notice that these beings appear a lot above nuclear sites and other places, so we have to consider this question whether they, that is what I think, that they are concerned that, or a war, a third world war or something like that, might disturb our planet. Otherwise, my question to any skeptic is this. So when they have all these five observable characteristics, when they can move at incredible speed, when they can communicate through telepathy, and why would they need something from us? We are people who are saddled with a physical body, and they are much more advanced than us, and they can appear and disappear in no time. So I don't think they need anything from us except the awareness that we have to be kind to one another. And while Jake Baba, if when I looked at Jake Baba's interview on News Nation, I was struck by this one aspect which resonated very much with me. He actually said that he felt a great deal of feminine energy when he was transporting this egg-shaped object from one place to another. Even without being aware of what it was, he was aware of that feminine energy, and he says that it has stayed with him uh, till now, and he felt a lot of compassion and love. So even from my point of view, I resonate with him, because I have felt I am able to communicate to these beings only because I started praying and I started uh, loving my universe and treating them with a lot of awe and love. So I think there is a secret, and Jake Baba further says that the way to proceed with psionics and remote viewing is through some tactics, and this is connected with meditation. So this might be a, a very unbelievable thing for us to hear, because today there is so much competition going on between different parts of the world. There's so much separation and conflict. But I think the message that they are giving to us is that we can achieve everything through oneness consciousness and through love. They uh, want us to be more loving to one another.
Let's take a look at that golden orb.
So this is the golden orb, and I try. So because of, as I told you, it's very difficult to capture these on screen. I saw the first one I saw was I saw over my lawn, and this was the second one that I saw, which flew beyond my house, and it began as an orb of orange light, almost the size of a baseball or a football, and then it started moving across the sky.
Were you stargazing that night and then it appeared, or it just appeared when you weren't even trying to see something?
No, I was stargazing, and I I'm always filled with the a- anticipation that I might see something different. Every time I stargaze, I have that feeling that I'm always eager for something new to come. And this was almost before a year. So January, yeah, January 2024. And that was when this appeared to me in its full glory, Jeff.
All right. Is there another orb like that you can show us?
Yeah. This is actually an orb which appeared very low, very close to the roof, if you can see. And it flashed white and red.
When you see these, are you shocked?
I'm not shocked or frightened, but I'm overcome with emotion. As Jake Baba says, I'm overcome with a lot of excitement and emotion, and I mean, it changes the nature of your reality, doesn't it? So
It,
these are not normal things which we come across every day. But then now these things have become very, I mean, a lot of times, since I've experienced this a number of times, these don't appear very unreal to me anymore.
when you say you're overcome with emotion, I'm assuming that's the emotion of love.
Yeah, the emotion of love and awe for this, for all these things that they're showing me.
Hmm. Do you have another orb
That are-
video?
yeah. This one is very interesting, Jeff. When you look at this orb of light, in the beginning, it is small in size, but after some time, it goes close to the plant. It's actually 7 minutes in length, so I might, take you to that instant closer, so you can see it change, become bigger in size. Now you can see that it's quite small, and you can also see the notification that now it comes close to the plant. When it comes close to the plant and interacts with the plant, you can see it becoming bigger in size. And actually, this went on for a long time. Can you see the orb of light becoming,
Yes.
turning big in size?
Yeah, I saw it getting bigger. Can you share with us how you pray to these UAPs to get them to show up? Like, is there a certain prayer that you say or what?
I started praying to the universe. So I started praying to the good spirits of the universe, because even at that time I wanted to communicate only with the good and not the bad forces of nature. So I have a regular prayer for this. I have included it in my book called Co-Create with Your Universe, and in that book there are regular, there is a prayer in a way, definite way in which we can pray to the universe. But it is not any each one can have their own distinct way of communicating with the universe. What matters is the faith that you have. But how I would like to describe it, as I pray, that I pray to the loving beings of the universe, and I ask them to show a sign, mostly that they are with me, and I thank them profusely. I say thanks to all the good spirits of the universe who are guiding me and who are supporting me. So it's a very simple prayer.
When you're praying it, are you saying it silently, like thinking it, or are you speaking the prayer out loud?
No, I just think it in my mind. I don't pray out aloud. But you can do it for emphasis if you feel like doing it. But I don't pray out aloud. I just
Hmm.
say it in my mind.
Do you feel like you're currently communicating with these beings? And if so, how is it happening?
Yes, I'm communicating with them through love and consciousness, and with the awareness. Actually, religion has taken us away from nature, and I think that religion teaches us more of separation by saying that we are the only we are created in the image of God. But I believe that everything in the universe is created from the consciousness of God. So when we look at Kabbalah, and when we look even when we look at Advaita, the Hindu philosophy, both of them have a similarity in which they say that everything is created. When you look at Kabbalah, Kabbalah says that God restricted himself and made space for everything, every human creation. So that means everything is created from the God particle. And uh, that is why I think that, yes, that we have to give more respect, and not presume that only we have been created in the image of God, and give due credit to everything else, to nature, and take care of all the resources that God has given us. So, and in this way, I felt a gradual increase evolution of consciousness at my end, because in the first book, as I said, God has a backs, I was just speaking about my personal experiences, and it was a kind of an autobiography. And the second one was the brimstone fallacy, where I talk about uh, how I say, in that book I have, my intention was to say that there is no God is not punishing. The title of the book itself says that it is a fallacy, and it was based on my uh, on listening to a lot of near death experiences. So after that, when I started communicating with these different kinds of beings, I wrote the book Co-Create with Your Universe, where my consciousness widened to a stage of connecting with this. And then I have given some 15 or 16 principles, uh, which are by themselves, uh, by themselves connectors to the manifestation, or to create your reality. And then the fourth book is about unconditional love, and I have two of my books here. The fourth one is highlights of a course in miracles. I love a course in miracles because I it talks about the oneness consciousness, and it tells about how you are projecting your own fears, and you're projecting your own image on uh, your brother. This was my first book, God Has Our Backs. So my fourth book is about Christ consciousness, and oneness consciousness, I would say. The Course in Miracles is actually a difficult text to comprehend. So I thought that I could simplify it a little bit by explaining it to uh, by picking out some really vital parts and explaining it to the people who read my book.
Now, you're born and raised in India, but you are Catholic and have been Catholic your whole life, right?
Yes,
Where are you
definitely.
with your Catholic faith at this point?
I don't believe in the diktats imposed by the church or any organizational religion, but then I am able to fully connect with only with the Christ consciousness. Whatever, I think the teachings of Christ are like, they give us indicators of how to connect with each other. So I believe more in the Christ consciousness rather than in the diktats of organized religion. Currently, I'm in, because sometimes when I go and listen in the church, I prefer to go alone and meditate in the church. Otherwise, when you listen, it say it implies that your religion is better than another religion, which I don't agree with, Jeff. I think each religion has been created in different parts of the world according to the perceptions and perceptions of the people living there. So I don't think that we have any right to promote conflict in the name of religion.
Do you think it's possible that these beings that you are filming, these orbs, have influenced the religious leaders on our planet?
I'm sure that many of them, there are people are saying that the Vatican itself has a lab for astronomy, and there are so many educated people there who are who know physics, who know astronomy, and they are reading science. I'm sure they have a lot of information about these kinds of UFOs and UAPs. And when they have, including the political leaders, and when they have the information, I'm sure it would definitely make an impact on them.
What do you think India's general population thinks about UFOs?
Most of them are busy with their lives, and only now some a lot of people are coming out with these kind of things. And but then in Indian culture, they have this something called Vimana, which was in Hindu, which we can see in Hindu mythology and also depicted in the temples. So I think that it's easier for them to imbibe that and believe that, rather than some of the other faiths. Like, for example, for us, it might be difficult for them, but for them, it is easier to accept it. I think they have more of an acceptance in this regard, though we have gone a long way away from all that.
Some people believe that Jesus spent time in India. What do you think about that?
I'm not sure about that, Jeff. Unless we get specific, specific proof for that. I think, from my point of view, I think it might be. I thought that all the characteristics that Jesus had were inborn with him, and personally, I feel that he did not have to go outside and travel to get that kind of consciousness from a different place. That is my opinion. And if there is proof, then I would be able to think the same way.
Rosaline, after watching this video, people may want to reach out to you and ask you questions. Are you open to that?
Yeah, I'm open to that. You can connect with me on through email, which is rosalinebosco@yahoo.com. So, and then I'm on Facebook, and then I have a YouTube channel called the Mind Maverick Rosaline Bosco. So these are the three options where you can connect with me.
What is the Telegram group that you spoke of earlier?
The name of the Telegram group is Star Teachings Protocol, and the owner, this Matt Bell takes people on expeditions, and he makes them connect to the stars and other cosmic beings. So he's based at UK, and he has this Telegram group because this Telegram group allows a lot of people to be there in the group, unlike WhatsApp. So there are lot of people who are into this and who believe this, and they share a lot of videos on this group.
If people want to find out more about your books, should they go to a website or Amazon?
They can find all my books on Amazon.com and on Amazon all over the world, including India.
Before we finish up, can you leave us with a last positive message?
I think people, though many accept changes, many find it very difficult, and they are filled with skepticism about all these things. I request people to be open to such communication, and also to be to exhibit more of the oneness consciousness, which all these beings are trying to communicate to us. I think that is their message, which I want to share with all the viewers of your channel, Jeff.
Rosaline, thank you for your message, and thank you for coming back and being my guest again.
Thank you so much for accepting me on your show, Jeff. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Thanks for watching the JeffMara podcast. I really appreciate you. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. And if you do, there are loyalty badges and other perks depending on your level of membership. All you need to do is click the join button underneath the video to find out more. Thank you for your support.